March of 2013, I was working out with a personal trainer and a few other guys, and I had really intense pain right in my chest. About a week later, I found myself on a treadmill in a cardiologist's office, and as they increased the incline and the speed to the third time, and I said, now I'm starting to feel what I've been telling everybody I've been feeling for a week. Is it showing up on that machine? And the technician watching the readout said, and his voice cracked, yes. And the cardiologist came in, and the technician, whose face by this point was pretty white, handed him the page. And the cardiologist took one look at the page and turned to the nurse and said, I want 3 aspirin, a beta blocker, a magnesium, and call 911. And then he turned and he looked back at me and he said, I strongly suspect you have a major blockage in the main artery going into the front of your heart. Surgeon came in and said, we're going to try to do an angioplasty, and if that doesn't work, we're going to have to do open heart surgery. And so the nurse was wheeling me into the operating room, and as she was rolling me in and the lights were going by, I said to her, if this doesn't go well, I need you to tell 2 things to my church. I want you to tell them all that I said I loved you all very, very much, and I told you the job description was unreasonable. And she burst out laughing and almost drove me into the door frame going into the emergency room, the surgery room. And they all laughed, and they put me on the operating table, and you're as naked as the day you were born. You're like a striped bass on the back of someone's boat. So I'm lying there like this with my arms out and like Jesus on the cross, and one of the women nurses in the room, who's got the hat on and the mask and everything, looks at me and says, oh, I've been to your church. I just love your sermons. And I said, thank you very much. I hope you'll be able to come back and hear another one sometime. And fortunately, the surgery went well, and I was in recovery, and the cardiologist came down, and as he sat down next to me, he just shook his head as he looked at me, and he said, you were very, very close to being in another place. And it turned out that my main artery was 98% blocked. And they had no idea how I was still alive, how I was still upright, how I was functioning. And the answer I have is, I think God still had more for me to do.